Welcome, my friends. The news today is that 3M announced mass layoffs as manufacturing slows. And it is forecasting downbeat earnings as demand weakens. For those of you not familiar, 3M is a multinational conglomerate corporation based in the United States. The company was founded in 1902 and is headquartered in St. Paul, Minnesota. The name 3M stands for Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, reflecting the company's original focus on mining and manufacturing abrasive materials. Today, 3M is a diversified company with operations in several industries, including healthcare, transportation, electronics, energy, and consumer goods. The company's products include adhesives, abrasives, laminates, passive fire protection, dental products, electronic materials, medical products, car care products, and many others. One of 3M's most well-known products is the Post-it note, a small piece of paper with a strip of adhesive along one edge that allows it to be easily stuck and removed from surfaces. 3M has a reputation for innovation and has been responsible for a number of breakthrough products over the years. The company is committed to sustainability and has set ambitious environmental goals for reducing its impact on the planet. 3M also has a strong commitment to social responsibility, including investing in education, healthcare, and community development programs. If you follow this channel, you already know that layoffs are basically in full-on mode in technology companies. In fact, there has been so much layoff news that I have had difficulty finding time to cover anything else. Twitter laid off 3,700. Amazon cut 18,000 jobs. Meta laid off 11,000 employees. Google cut 12,000 employees. And Microsoft laid off 10,000 people. What does it mean for the economy? And what does it mean for the future of the United States? But before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only the doctor knows the patient identity. 3M announced significant layoffs Tuesday as part of yet another major restructuring plan as the manufacturing sector prepares for a possible recession and slumping demand for goods. The manufacturing behemoth behind some consumer brands, including Post-it notes and Scotch tape, said it would lay off 6,000 staff around the world. Those cuts are in addition to the 2,500 manufacturing roles 3M eliminated in January. 3M also announced several mass layoffs in 2019 and 2020. But total headcount has been up and down over the past several years. The company said it anticipates it will save up to $900 million a year before taxes after the layoffs are complete. 3M argued that the cuts are intended to make 3M stronger, leaner and more focused, by simplifying its supply chain and reducing layers of management. These actions are expected to meaningfully reduce costs and drive long-term improvement in margins and cash flow while enabling a more efficient and effective structure for driving long-term growth, 3M said in a statement. 3M also announced several management changes as it reported earnings and sales that fell from the previous year. Sales slumped 9% to $8 billion, while net income attributable to the company tumbled 25% to under $1 billion in the quarter. The company said it would prioritize products that customers are increasingly demanding, including climate tech, sustainable packaging and automated industrial products, among other emerging technologies. 3M also reaffirmed its previous outlook for 2023, anticipating sales would fall by as much as 6% this year. 3M said the supply chain problems that doomed the sector for years in the wake of the pandemic have largely eased. That means backlogged orders have been shipped, and the company, and its peers, no longer need as much staff to handle the workload. Meanwhile, demand for manufactured goods has fallen in recent months. Consumers have been spending less on stuff and more on experiences lately, and businesses are gearing up for an anticipated recession. 3M rival Dow also announced thousands of layoffs at the beginning of the year. 3M County said months ago that it would cut 2,500 manufacturing jobs. Management forecast a gloomy first quarter in their Q4 earnings call last week. 3M is struggling with slowing demand for consumer and electronic items. The downbeat outlook and quarterly results pile more pain on the company. It comes at a time it faces separate lawsuits related to defective earplugs. And also from its use of forever chemicals. Although 3M said in December it plans to discontinue these chemicals. 3M shares fell 4.7% when the news of the layoffs was announced. This is further proof that Wall Street is rewarding basically any company that announces layoffs. 3M joined other industrial majors in cutting jobs. General Electric and Raytheon Technologies. It seems that all of the big industrial companies are taking a hit from inflation in 2023. 3M has been fighting the effects of higher labor and energy costs. Management said it would continue to adjust its manufacturing levels. The company will need to reach a new level of spending discipline. At least until demand rebounds, that is. 3M expects adjusted sales in the first quarter to be in the range of $7.2 billion to $7.6 billion. That is down 10% to 15% year-on-year. And it is missing analysts' expectations of $8.34 billion. The company's consumer unit is likely to experience falling demand through the first half of the new year. Consumer business unit sales were $5.30 billion in revenue in 2022. We expect macroeconomic challenges to persist in 2023, Chief Executive Mike Roman said. Sales in Q4 fell 6% to $8.1 billion. Q4 earnings were $2.28 per share. That compares to $2.45 per share for the same quarter in 2021. 3M is just the latest in a parade of big companies suffering from deteriorating macroeconomic conditions. And a layoff of this many employees seems to be in line with what other companies are doing. But, so many layoffs because of a weak economy are actually further weakening the economy. So, it is becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. As you already know if you follow this channel, tech companies are laying off people left and right. Google finally announced that it will lay off 12,000 people from its workforce. A slew of US tech companies of all sizes have been cutting jobs amid fears of an oncoming recession. Google CEO Sundar Pichai said that the company will begin making layoffs in the US immediately. Basically, every other tech company has made substantial job cuts. Shares of Google rose by more than 5% after the news was announced. So, it is clear that Wall Street is rewarding companies that announce layoffs. Tech companies are facing challenges from a number of directions right now. Rising interest rates, inflation, anemic consumer discretionary spending, and overall macroeconomic weakness. This has forced advertisers to cut back on online ad spending. And higher interest rates on cash deposits have diverted investor money away from stocks. Hikes to interest rates from the U.S. Federal Reserve in particular have led to souring appetite for American tech shares. That has clobbered technology shares. The gloomy macroeconomic climate has piled pressure on all public companies to make deep cuts to their workforces. And for profits in general. On Wednesday, Amazon a layoff of 18,000 people. Then, Microsoft announced plans to lay off 10,000 workers. Elon Musk slashed over half of the company's headcount since taking control of Twitter October. Well, my friends, the Google gravy train is slamming on the brakes. Pressures from practically all directions are forcing Google to cut costs. After years of rapid growth, and over-the-top profits, and astronomical employee salaries, and unreal employee perks and benefits, the tech sector is now firmly in cost-cutting mode. The biggest names in the tech sector are now heavily in layoff mode. Facebook owner Meta, Twitter, Amazon, Oracle, Salesforce. The macroeconomic environment is weakening. Advertising revenue has slowed dramatically. Inflation is raging in most countries. And central banks are aggressively raising interest rates to fight inflation. Growth at big tech companies has slowed to pedestrian levels. And actually reversed in some cases. Meta has seen 2 consecutive quarters of declining revenue and is probably headed for a third. Netflix had 2 quarters of declining revenue before achieving meager growth in Q3. Wall Street analysts are handing out stock downgrades like bathroom passes in a grade school. Shareholders are getting restless. Profit growth has become the new goalpost. And the era of easy money is over. Of course, it's not just the tech sector. All companies are facing rising costs. And they are all battling with challenging macroeconomic conditions. Cost-cutting and price hikes are the two major ways corporate America is fighting inflation. The trend toward layoffs means that consumers are done accepting higher prices. If you follow this channel, you already know the financial narrative of these days. Inflation is raging in many countries of the world. Central banks are aggressively raising interest rates in order to fight inflation. Consumer discretionary spending is weakening as consumers deal with both inflation and rising interest rates. So, corporate marketers are cutting back on ad spending, especially online. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.